Can I get into this? We are hanging out with, watch this, for lack of a better word, people who like to sin or sinners, and we sit in fellowship with mockers. It is difficult to say no, watch this, when you have become a part of. Coming against you. It is difficult to correct what you condone by your association. Brothers, my sisters, the time has come to become more concerned with the watchful eye of God being upon you than you are with the fellowship of a few. Isn't it interesting that we settle with the fellowship of a few and offend God? The time has come to say no to some people, some places, some thoughts, and some things. The time has come to say no to the baits of the devil that have been leading you away from the eye of God. The time has come to say no to behaviors that betray me, habits that hurt me, practices that bring problems, and lifestyles that do not make a liar out of me. Because when you say no to wrong, God has a way of blessing you for your strength. When you say no, God has a way of keeping you safe. Isn't that why David was able to say in Psalm 37, trust in the Lord and do good, dwell in the land and enjoy safe pasture? I thank God that I'm safe in his arms. I said, I thank God that in his arms, I always find some protection. In his arms, I never feel disconnected. I thank God that he watches over me because, watch this, because I've learned how to say no. Oh God, I felt it. I've learned, if you learn how to say no, watch this, there are some no's that won't even come your way. I wish I had time to work with that. Let me keep going. David makes it clear that what keeps God's eye on you is when you are able to find contentment with God. It's here. When God becomes your sole source of joy. Blessed is the man who does not walk in the counsel of the wicked or stand in the way of sinners or sit in the seat of mockers, but his enjoyment is in the law of the Lord, and on his law he meditates day and night. This is what makes the difference in many of our lives. Many of us are scrambling for, searching for, reaching for ways to be happy. We're always searching for pleasures, always thinking that there is more to life than what we already have. High five to them and say, I ain't got to search for nothing. I don't have to scramble for anything. And in some instances, there is more. In some instances, there is more joy to be had. We think that. But the key is maximizing what we already have. The key is learning to enjoy God. The Westminster Catechism says that the aim of man is to love God and to enjoy him forever. And what that means is that man has to come to the point in which we understand that everything that we need, everything that we want, everything that we desire can come to us through God. Everything that could make us happy comes to us through God. Everything that could bring us pleasure comes to us through God. Everything that could bring us wholeness comes to us through God. Everything that could bring us peace comes to us through God. Everything that could put a smile on our face, it comes to us through God. Everything that could wipe the anger from your spirit comes to you from God. David says you've got to learn how to delight yourself in the Lord. And what he's suggesting is that there comes a point when you must allow yourself to fall in love with God. There comes a point in which you must receive his love. There comes a point in which you must remind yourself that nobody will ever care for you as much as God. Nobody will ever treat you like God will treat you. Nobody will ever love you like God loves you. Nobody will ever be there to love, to pick you up like God will always. Can I find some folks who can thank God right now that you found that nobody in life will love you like God. Nobody will care for you like God. Nobody will take care of you like God. Nobody will come see you like God. God will always be there to somehow take care of you. High five yourself. Say, he's always been there. When I was foolish, he was there. When I was fickle, he was there. When I was running, he was there. When I was being stupid, he was being Nobody will be there like God. It's easy to delight in God, to love God, to follow God when you are convinced. Can I pause there? When you are convinced that He is the best thing that has ever happened to you, could happen to you, will happen to you. Anybody here? I need some convinced folk. I don't mean no fence. I need some convinced folk who are convinced that the best thing that you ever did was fall in love with God and receive. Oh, I felt that in the Holy Ghost. The best thing I ever did was to receive His love. I am content in God. I gotta close. They keep me on the time and I gotta close. He's watching over me. I gotta have the guts to say no. I gotta find contentment in God. But in his next 3 minutes, David says, he makes it clear that God keeps His eye on you, His hand on you, His favor on you. Watch this. When you are motivated by the opportunity to operate in His will. Say, baby, say, all of my past foolishness is enough motivation to stick with God. But His delight is in the law of the Lord, and on His law He meditates day and night. He is like a tree planted by rivers of water, which yields its fruit in due season, whose leaf does not wither. Whatever He does prospers. I love the fact that among all the things that the Lord has ever done for me, and He has done for you, is that He has given us the opportunity to become a recipient of His word. I thank God, if I have nothing else, I have His word to lean on every second of the day. He has given us the chance, the opportunity to secure His word in our heart. He has given us the chance to enjoy the strength of His word. He has given us, you and me, folk who have fallen, folk who have failed, the privilege of knowing Him through His word. I thank God, watch this, for His word. I'm sorry, can I just straight for a second? I'm not thanking God for the suit that I have on. I'm not thanking God for my shoes. I'm not thanking God for your earrings. I'm not thanking God for my car. I'm not thanking God for a house. I'm thanking God for His word, because it's His word that keeps me. I thank God that in His word I find peace in the midst of my problems. I thank God that in His word I found the breath of life when I'm running low. I thank God that in His word I found compassion in the midst of my own chaos. Anybody here ever found compassion in the midst of your own chaos? No, I need some folk who have been in chaos but found compassion in God. In His word I find deliverance from the dangers of life. In His word I find friendship when I'm feeling friction. In His word I find grace when I haven't been grateful. In His word I find hope when hope has found a resting place. In His word I find insight when my way has grown dreary. In His word I find joy when my heart is heavy. In His word I find knowledge when the fact is I don't know what to do. In His word I find life when stuff around me is drying up. David says in his word, the person who delights in the Lord will be like a tree. Here it is, firmly planted by the rivers of water, which yields its fruit in season, and whose leaf does not